Hi, welcome to my November K-pop review, where we basically take a look at the K-pop debuts and or comebacks for the month of November and rank them using my super fancy tier ranking system. Now, I went a little rogue last month and I changed the structure of things, but we're going to bring it back to what it was before, at least until the end of the year, because I'm just not sure everybody loves my end of month reviews anymore. I just find these are the videos that people watch the least. So I do wonder if I should do maybe just a live stream every month, or maybe do kind of a listening party review type thing. I don't know, we'll figure it out in 2024. But yes, we are actually in November, the second last month of the year. So let's take a look at everything that happened this month. From Stray Kids to aespa to Soojin and Red Velvet, here are the best and worst K-pop songs of November 2023. But before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. Don't forget to like, comment, duh. I also have a second channel if you'd like to check out my vlogs, but let's get into it. Okay, so structurally, I'm gonna go back to what I was doing in the previous months for like the past 4 years, right? 5 years? How long have I been doing this? I'm gonna describe the song, talk about the song, and then share where I would rank it. But just because it was easier to edit last month's video, I'm actually at the end of the video going to officially rank everything. So I'll tell you where I'm gonna rank it, share with you my thoughts and everything, but at the end we'll officially rank everything all together, and I think it'll be a little bit more cohesive that way. But you'll still get the same structure, we're just adding it to the end, if that makes sense. But it's still the same structure, but I don't have to like split up all the tier ranking across every single individual song, if that makes sense. You'll see. Have patience, God. I'm gonna try not to brush my hair obsessively too much, but anyways. WayV's On My Youth. So we start off the music video in a cold looking car with this handsome young man seemingly having a panic attack and blowing into, I always mess up the word. I literally wrote cardboard bag and I always forget the word, and it's not a cardboard bag, paper bag. Oh my God. Before we're met with a nice snowy scene, I feel like it's really setting us up very well for the month of November. Surprisingly, when I actually heard this song in its entirety, I was like, oh, this sounds familiar. I feel like I've heard it on TikTok without actually like catching the fact that I've been hearing it on TikTok, or did I just invent that in my head? Has it been playing on TikTok? But above all, I would say that I appreciated the lyrics of this song the most. So, the love you've given me, of course there's no more. I'm reaching into memories to change this regretful future. It reminded me of a theme that we talked about in Chungha's, I want to say Killing Me Good. What? Oh, close enough, Killing Me, where she says, miss the future so bad, I wish that we could go back. So you're kind of saying something a little bit nonsensical, right? Because how could you miss something that never happened? Just like, how could you change the future that didn't happen? How do you know the future is going to be regretful if it hasn't happened yet?
Okay, if you insist. I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. And my head I'd be scratching, while my thoughts were busy hatching. If I only had hey, wait a second.
What do you think Girly heard? I can't even see what she heard. What the hell? Anyways, my interpretation, thank you Siri for that input, whatever that meant. Maybe it just means that they're learning from the past, because they say we're too dumb. Problem is we don't know it. You know, of course, when it comes to your own inaptitudes, by the time you realize them, it's often too late, right? But once you're made aware of them, there's nothing keeping you there. Very deep. Though ultimately they do blame it on their youth, as the title would suggest. However, there is a line that says, your absent lets the future drift away. I guess it kind of touches on a similar thing, that, you know, you had your whole future planned out with this person, and now that they're no longer part of it, that future no longer exists, so you kind of have to mourn that future. As for the sound of the song, I do feel like it's a little bit mismatched in places, because it starts out quite soft. You think it's going more into like ballad territory, but by the time we get to the chorus, it kind of outgrows that vibe, and it's more upbeat, shall we say. And it's also a little bit cool, right? Because suddenly the lyrics are like, I can't even walk right now, I can't even talk right now, and I'm like, what are we talking about here? Is this like the implication of having taken some substances? Like, I don't know. Are they drunk? What do they mean? Are they drunk off of heartbreak? Because they also make mention of way too much juice. But there's a part of the song that really reminds me of a Shakira song. Just hear me out here. I have to find the part. I didn't timestamp it. I talk too much in between, so while I'm editing this, I'll be able to put them side by side fully and see how similar they are. What do you think? So overall, I do enjoy the vibe of the song. I don't think I would personally like seek it out and stream it, but I'd probably put it into second gen vibes. Like if I randomly play it, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I do think it's an enjoyable listen. Sorry. Next up, we have Weekly's Vroom Vroom. Now, I actually misspoke in my previous review or the review before this because I said Weeekly are finally having a comeback, and people were saying like, no, it's not like an official comeback, but it's like a fan song. And I was like, well, what the hell is a fan song? Other than like a song for fans, but like aren't most songs for fans? Like I don't get like this what distinguishes this song from any other song, because I actually quite liked that song. But anyways, Vroom Vroom. So this is apparently like the real technical comeback. So I'm not sure what I was expecting. This felt like a roller coaster in a different way, not inherently that the song was up and down and changing genres so drastically, but we're starting off with a title like Vroom Vroom, which makes me believe it's going to be like very busy, like a very busy song, because you know, any song where there's like any song that references the sound of a car, just you guys know what I'm talking about, right? But then when the music video starts, it's very much a summer theme, and then it starts sounding like a ballad. So it was quite confusing. It was a roller coaster again in a different type of way. And then the song ends up talking about following your heart's path, like driving down a road. So it's not really the typical like vroom vroom busy type of sound, but more in a cuter way. Step on the gas on the street, can't stop the vibe. Now, according to Soompi, this is a retro track arrangement with the top line of sophisticated vocals. I would also add that it had a very inspirational feel to it. Let's give it a little listen, because I don't really remember what it sounds like. Quite cute, right? Maybe not inspirational. I'm trying to think of the word that I'm trying to think of. It feels like there's like a distant feeling to it, I would say. I do think the song has some potential, though I'm not personally a huge fan of it. In terms of where I would place it originally, I was going to put it in maybe just simply skip, but should we have the forgettable tier? We'll decide it by the end of the video. I would say it's forgettable just because I really didn't remember what it sounded like, but it could also go to skip as well. Again, this is probably like a major critique that I've had for a couple years now. I guess maybe I should just get over this, because I don't think it's like maybe it's not just K-pop overdoing these retro trends. Maybe it's just like it's a permanent part of K-pop at this point, and maybe I should get more on board with it, but it's just I'm not super drawn to it. You cannot escape Viviz Maniac. If you're anywhere online, you will have seen the butt dance by now. This love is maniac. If you know me, you know that I think butt dances are absolutely iconic, and sometimes it really is that one element that takes a song and elevates it so much. Like Kata's Mister, like the song is amazing on its own, but that butt dance takes it to another level. I'm trying to think of other. Sistars Touch My Body. That butt dance is the epitome of iconic. I don't know why when you add a butt dance to a K-pop song, it automatically makes it so much better. While we're on the Sistar train, Sister 19's Gone No Longer There, literally swiping their butts on this clear plastic thing, perfectly added to the sultry nature of the song. More recently, ATEEZ's Crazy Form. It just so perfectly elevates the vibe of the song, and I love it. Add a butt dance to a song, it just automatically makes it better. I don't make the rules. So leave your favorite butt dance choreographies in the comments. What was I talking about? Anyways, it's not without merit because the song itself is quite catchy. I'm really happy with Viviz because it's not that... Okay, personally, I haven't been super in love with their previous releases, and I actually did like quite a few G-Friend songs. I was rooting for them. I just couldn't really find a song that really caught my attention personally. But Maniac is the song. And again, that butt choreography just really pushes it over the edge because it's it is really important to have a good choreography to go along with the song. First of all, it throws us for a curveball. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but like they turn their body in a way that makes you think they're going to shake their butt in the opposite direction, but then it goes in the other direction. It's a bit of a wild card. I like it. It's just the way that they turn makes you think they're gonna shake it this way, but they shake it the other way anyways. But the song itself talks, of course, of a maniac-like love, with many descriptions of one party being flamboyantly cruel. And I do like the descriptions, the use of descriptive words to describe this type of love. However, I did think that the lyrics are a little bit repetitive at first, you know, like this love is like maniac, 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 but I'm okay with it. K with it, K with it. But it's not anything I couldn't look past. Otherwise, I listened to this song quite a bit, though it did take a little bit of time to grow on me. Through TikTok, really the beauty of TikTok, I saw so many challenges of this, and again, mesmerized by that butt dance, which then led me to finally listen to the song and finally appreciate the song in its entirety, and it ended up on my playlist. So in theory, this song would fit in the grower tier because, again, I was hearing it so much on TikTok to the point where I was singing the chorus entirely in my head before even having heard the song at all. And I thought, hey, this is actually pretty good, so might as well give it a go, right? I know I'm annoying myself with the Australian accent too. There's nothing I can do about it as of right now. And actually, I think this song helps me grow as a person because I used to hate Mago by G-Friend, but you know, alongside Maniac, I was also listening to Mago quite a bit, which is quite retro, and you know how I feel about those retro sounding songs. So I think I would put this in the grower tier because I think TikTok did a really great job at marketing the song, and you know, if ATEEZ doing this challenge didn't hurt. Jungkook's Standing Next to You. First of all, I didn't know that he released another song. He's really feeding his fans. I have to say, it makes me, like, I don't want to bring up Blackpink right now, but it really makes me think of how much BTS really is the antithesis to Blackpink. And, you know, they are, I don't want to say co-workers. What am I trying to think? Like, you know, they're at the top, but it's just so funny how different they are in how much BTS releases stuff and how little Blackpink releases stuff. Must be a beautiful thing to be an ARMY. So I heard the beginning instrumental and thought naturally, this is probably not going to be my thing. Naturally. No, not, I'm like stressing over my wording right now. I thought it would be too retro for me personally. And in the end, it was not. But I do have to say those vocals sent me into a different dimension. Of course, he's an amazing vocalist, but you know, I wouldn't say Seven, he sounded horrible. He still sounds amazing, but it's just like the way they make use of his vocals, particularly in this song, went above and beyond, I would say. I want to say there was, well, obviously a very specific retro feel. I wanted to say 90s, but that feels wrong. It feels more 80s, right? I felt like I recognized this song despite never having heard it before. I do have in my notes that part of the instrumental reminded me of Another One Bites the Dust. So let's give that a little bit of a listen. Maybe? Another One Bites the Dust. Like, reminiscent maybe. I do think this could have the potential to eventually maybe grow on me. As for now, I'm not super drawn to it, but I do appreciate the artistry. So I'm personally going to skip this one. A.C.E with Effortless. Everybody looking at you. It's been a while since we've seen A.C.E in a monthly review. I believe it's because there are some members in doing military service. I know Minty, who's do you guys remember 22? I came across this video, how 22
Hey you, follow me.
How 22 would sing 21's Come Back Home without Kevin. It was just so funny. Like back in the day when we had a fake K-pop group and Minty was a huge A.C.E, or still is a huge A.C.E stan. So I was like, for sure I have to check out their comeback. As I was writing my review, I actually got a headache. So I switched to Spotify just to listen to all the songs and then write my thoughts later. So I actually listened to the Korean version first. Isn't it funny? There's some of these songs here where they have the Korean version. A lot of people have been complaining that there's more English than Korean in K-pop songs these days. And it's actually funny because I've been going through November K-pop releases and there's quite a few songs that have Korean versions rather than English versions. Basically, the original version of the song is the English version, and they decided to add in a Korean version for fun. Rather than what was the norm before when you'd have obviously the Korean version of the song, then you might release an English version of it. So I just thought that was interesting. Now, the English version is fine too, though it did listened to the Korean version first and I liked the Korean version. I above all appreciate the vocals. The last song I remember from Ace is Down featuring Gray, and that's what I also remember liking about the song, the vocals. But Effortless, much like the vocals, haha, is a song that praises someone's innate ability to attract everyone's attention. And that person seemingly doesn't even know about the power that they hold. And consequently, the person's desire to take a chance. Because if you don't, someone else surely will. So I did enjoy the beep. I was just like bopping around to it. I think I would put this in second gen vibes. It was a nice listen. If it started randomly playing, I don't think I would skip it. But now that I started listening to the English version, the Korean version feels weird to me. Soojin's Agassi. This was a much anticipated solo debut, of course, since she has left She Idol, like what was it, 2.5, almost 3 years ago. So of course people were really excited for this and really happy that she was able to still live out her dreams. I did find the spelling quite interesting. I do enjoy when sometimes when idols will spell things a little bit differently, like GZB for Kijibe, you know? Or they'll add like a Z instead of a J. Minzy's name. Her real name's Minji, right? I do like that sometimes. This, however, just like Agassi. It's I get it. Like it definitely like distinguishes the song, right? Because how would you Agassi? I guess you would just have a I at the end. I don't remember how you actually spell Agassi in Korean, but anyways. So I did a reaction to this for my patrons, and basically the main point that I was driving home is that the visual direction of this is absolutely stunning. I'm a sucker for, you know, the music video itself, the scenes, beautiful. Now, I know a lot of people were talking about its similarity to Flower, and I do think, you know, there's some red elements. Whenever I hear Agassi, I don't necessarily start singing Flower. It was never really a thought at the forefront of my mind. And even after I saw people comparing it, I still to this day don't listen to Agassi and then start singing Flower. I'm not like immediately reminded of it just because of like the red. That's about it. I actually made a short about this that it reminds me more of WayV than anything else. This is at the end of the day a very beautiful release. It's just not a song that I could picture myself streaming necessarily. Now, you know, this is just initial thoughts. Anything is possible as always. I could end up hating a song. I could put a song in Kpop hell, the most lowest tier, and next month it could be in one of my top songs. You never know. But as of now, I think I would have to skip it. P1 Harmony, Fall in Love Again. Yeah, no, he did you wrong, but we're not all bad. This song is actually quite cute because it's like the not all men are the same, right? You know, it talks about taking a chance even though you've been hurt in the past, because not all men are bad, so you don't have to be scared to fall in love again. It's kind of like this hopeful story. You know, I'm different from the rest. Don't worry, I won't do what those other people did to you, which in and of itself is something that someone would say if they wanted to do what someone else did to you. I'm just saying, do you ever think about the state of the world? No, I think about trust very often, and I'm just like, it's really just like a wild card to trust anybody in this world, because my mind really can't handle it. But anyways, it's a very cute song and it had a really cute music video. We had like these two little creatures that P1 Harmony is kind of helping get together, and there's also some very sweet vocals in this. It's actually a song I enjoyed. Second gen vibes. It's like close to being a little bit higher than that. We'll see how it grows, if it grows. Stray Kids, LALALALA, or L4, though that hasn't caught on yet. So for this song, I would say I really enjoy the verses, but when we get to the pre-chorus, I get you know, lovely vocals, making use of your vocalist. Of course, why wouldn't you? I'm scared to say this, I almost feel like it doesn't fit the song. Like, I feel like the song has such like a badass vibe. Then we kind of slow it down. We don't quite make it bouncy, though. the la 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 part does remind me of Hongjoong's voice, and some people, you know, you might have noticed when I made a short about that, some people were like, it's literally Han. Thank you for the clarification. Like some people literally thought that I thought that Hongjung was randomly in a Stray Kids song. I don't know. That's what sounds like means though, literally. Just sounds like him. It doesn't mean it is him. That's what sounds like means. I do want to clarify, I don't actually think that Hongjung is in a random Stray Kids song. Just to clarify for anybody, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Also, another criticism I have that has like nothing to do with Stray Kids themselves, it's just that I really overheard this on TikTok, and sometimes it's okay. Sometimes it really like draws you into a song, but sometimes it can also push you away from a song, and that's what I felt like happened with L4. So for me, I would actually put this song into YG's Dungeon because there's just a couple of things I would change about it. So yeah. aespa's Drama. I bring all the drama. So this is apparently their delayed comeback that Iseman wanted to do, like the whole wind, sunlight, water, you know, that TikTok. Obsessed with it, by the way. So funny. But I'm really glad at the end of the day that they postponed it or delayed it or whatever, because who knows what the vibe of that song really would have been like if it did talk about sustainability and planting trees or whatever, which honestly we might not have even noticed at the end of the day if it was, you know, we might not have noticed. That's my whole point. If they did end up talking about sustainability and planting trees, I don't think fans would have caught on to the fact that that made aespa cry, you know, if they ended up going through with it. But I would have been more concerned about the vibe, because I do like this vibe. This is bringing the old aespa vibe back that I love so much. That was missing from songs like Spicy and Better Things, which isn't horrible. Okay, I actually really did enjoy Better Things, and it's actually through their Spicy era that brought me to start really diving more into their discography and streaming a lot more of their stuff. So, but I loved the darker vibes, again, the fun arm choreography, and from first listen, I added it to my playlist and started listening to it quite a bit. Now, I am a little hesitant to put this into Big Booty Bop because I didn't listen to it for a very long time. So I suppose we could bring back Cup of Milk because it didn't have the most longevity, I think. So I do still want it up there, but it didn't last the longest in my opinion. So I think we might bring back Cup of Milk for this one. Red Velvet, Chill Kill. Don't think about tomorrow. I was taken aback by the teasers for Chill Kill because I was so in love with the teasers and I was expecting kind of like a Psycho 2.0, which is a little weird because usually I'm not super into ballads. Like it's a little bit of I wouldn't say it's an anomaly. I tend to think that, oh, maybe I'm into these types of songs. When in reality, I like whatever I like, and that could be anything at any given moment. Does that make any sense? I feel like some people are either like, yeah, you tend to like this type of song, or people are like, actually, it's quite random what you like, and I don't understand what you actually like. Who knows? Because sometimes I'm like, I hate retro songs, and I end up loving a retro song, or am I just describing music taste? Do you ever come across like a take on Twitter or whatever, and you're like, you're just describing normal everyday things, and it's we all have our downfalls. I can't think of everything and every concept and possibility in my head. That's too much to expect from me. But anyways, this ended up being so different, you know? Don't think about tomorrow. Your sparkle is still on. I don't know how I feel about this song because at first I really disliked it. It was really so far from what I was expecting it to be. Again, I was expecting like these darker psycho vibes because of the teasers, but I should have learned by now to not trust teasers ever, because the song did end up feeling a lot more upbeat than I anticipated, a lot cuter than I could have ever anticipated. So again, at first listen, I was really not feeling it, and I did a music video reaction to this for my Patreon, so if you want to check that out. But then again, I also tend to have it in my head a little bit. So though initially it was very much a dislike at first sight, it really wouldn't surprise me if like months from now it would be on my playlist. You never know. Could this be a song to save for a rainy day? We'll get into that later. So the lyrics touch on longing. So we're longing for someone who keeps running away, but gives the slightest hints that they still love you. Or maybe that's just what you're interpreting. Maybe that person wants nothing to do with you, but the little hints are just you thinking that they might want you back. So I'm not exactly sure what chill kill is referring to specifically. I have a couple of theories though. So I think it's maybe the death of a love. Like, it's so easy for you to just end this love between us. Like, it's a chill kill. You are killing this love with such apathy. It's so chill, you know, there's no thought put into it. There, again, apathy behind it. It was so easy for you to do this, hence the chill kill. But my other theory is that it's actually reference to something physically cold, because we have lyrics of melting ice with tears, which really stood out to me. So physically being cold is a reference to figuratively being cold, because again, with the tears thing, you know, you're associating sadness. Give me a minute, I'm thinking here. So the tears associated with sadness, of course, but the tears being something to actually warm you up when it's actually something that is representative of being sad. So you're so sad that your tears, the very representation of your sadness, is the one thing to actually warm you up in this situation. Does that make sense? So it's a chill kill, like a physically cold chill kill. I don't know. Maybe, you know, they could have just thought it rhymed and put it in, and we're here like, what does it mean? Otherwise, sound-wise, it really wasn't my thing. I'm tempted to put it into Rainy Day just because it had, don't think about tomorrow. Like, I could picture myself like literally hating it in this moment, and then again, a couple months from now being like, oh, I actually really like it. We might skip it for now, but we'll get into the nitty-gritty of it at the end of the video. Bad News by Kiss of Life. This song starts off with some fun guitar, and the intonation of Belle !'s verse is very intriguing. Let me show you. Tell me if this is Belle. I think it was Belle. Girly with the red hair. Unforgiven vibes, anyone? Maybe it's just because I know she helped write Unforgiven and I'm like making associations, but where's the intonation I'm describing? We got the moves. I really like that, but I specifically wrote that there was something in the chorus, and that similarly, no, there was something in the verses that similarly she did the similar thing in the chorus. So I don't know where I was thinking of. Maybe it's the second verse, like after the first chorus. Anyways, I feel like that's called an unsupported note. You can let me know if you're into vocals or anything, because I was watching a vocal analysis of Lucy Gray Baird because I watched The Hunger Games. It's my new obsession. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Of course, I love the original Hunger Games series movies. I want to read the books, but anyways, Lucy Gray. There's a song, Nothing You Can Take From Me, and someone was doing a vocal analysis and saying like some of the notes were unsupported, and someone in the comments was like, it's purposely unsupported for stylistic reasons. And I was like, oh, that sounds kind of similar in the sense that maybe that's an unsupported note, but for stylistic reasons, right? Like it's intriguing to hear that. Do you know what I mean? Like a screaming type thing. Like it adds to the vibe of the song. Anyways, so the What Goes Around Comes Around reminded me of Everglow's Adios. Osapali? The song in general also reminded me of Alexa's Back in Vogue, just in like generally. But anyways, the fight scene was badass, vocals, rap, everything. I really do want to root for Kiss of Life. It's just that unfortunately the sound isn't really my thing. So for this song, I think I'm gonna have to skip it. But as always, please check out these songs if they look like if they sound like your thing. Soyeon of G-Idol, Liz of IVE, and Winter of aespa with Nobody. So originally it was reported that Wonyoung, Karina, and Soyeon were supposed to do this collab, which I think would have been a little bit spicier, but it's fine, right? I just pictured this being a bit less safe than it currently is. Of course, I think everyone sounds great in this song. I do also enjoy Soyeon's rap as well. However, just like the sound itself, the instrumental, everything, again, just not my thing, not really something I'm super drawn to. So unfortunately, I didn't really enjoy this collab. It felt a little bit random in my opinion. So I think I'm going to skip this one. I don't know if skipping is enough. Let's give it a little listen. I think there's some redeeming factors. I don't think I'll put it into K-pop hell, but we'll see at the end. Sweet Venom by Enhypen. So a little anecdote, I know I just mentioned that I saw the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, but the lyrics of the song really like reminded me of this. So in the movie, there's a part where, not spoiler alert, but not really. There's a part where someone gets bit by a snake and the person asks like, is it poisonous? And then the people in the comments, because I see clips on TikTok, there's people in the comments being like, didn't it bother anyone else when he asked if the snake was poisonous? Because technically snakes would be venomous, right? Venom is injected, poison is ingested. That's like the whole thing, right? A little weird for a, well, you know, he's also maybe not in his right mind. I'm kind of in love with Tom Blythe. I just wouldn't question anything he says, but it's fine. Anyways, the lyrics made me think of this. I'm like, I'm wondering if people are annoyed because they say poison in my veins. And I was like, if you ingest poison, does it go in your veins? Like, how does biology work? I'm just wondering how people are feeling about this. I don't know. Don't ask me. There's also lyrics that says like feeling like on cloud, but then the caption added like an A, feeling like on a cloud. And I thought that was interesting. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. Okay. So the song, of course, likens someone's essence to sweet venom and or poison. Literally both. They make mention of both. So at least they have all their I's dotted and T's crossed. I don't know that sentence. I have all their bases covered. There's definitely some Michael Jackson vibes to this, especially within some of the outfits, and of course a retro song. I did enjoy like specifically within the chorus, you know, the sweet venom. Otherwise, again, it's not really the type of sound that I'm drawn to, so I would have to skip this. BIBI and Becky G, Amigos. Honestly, I really do feel like they were meant to collab, because if not for language, I feel like almost their voices are quite similar, which end up meshing together super well. And of course, immediately as the beat started, I really enjoyed it. It was a bit like quite minimalistic, which is not a fault or anything. It's just, it stays quite consistent throughout the most of the song, right? So that might be like the only downfall. I would have liked a little bit more during part of the song. Let's give it a little listen. Why not? You know, like it's very consistent. I would have liked just a little bit more something, but it's still really nice. Now the lyrics, in terms of the title, I know we had a good time and that you always want more, but if my boss calls, we're just friends. Now they also make other references to a kilo, which who knows what they mean by that. But there's other insinuations in the music video. I think you can get the gist of it. But there is, you know, quite a simple, effective beat throughout. I think this would be perfect for second gen vibes if it randomly started playing. I don't think I would skip it. The Boyz, Watch It. You better be careful what you have. I know it's not exclusive to Card, because even within aespa's drama, they do like that vocal fry, like the drama. But the opening of the song with Watch It did remind me of Icky by Card. You know, the Ike. Time to get down. Watch it. Watch it. So there's these lyrics that say 3, 2, 1 for the LOVE, which almost sounds like it's like a play on words, like for the hell of it. I don't think it was intentional, but I thought it was cool anyways. We also had the hi, hello, my name is what you wanted to, really exuding this air of confidence. There was some toxic love vibes in this, because it's quite passionate in saying, I want you and hurt you. I'll ruin you to the end. Unfortunately, it's a little bit forgettable, but I do remember liking it. Like that first song, it sounds a little bit like Jump by P1 Harmony. Just that like one sound. I know that's a little bit of a stretch. I'm not making any accusations though, so hold your horses, everybody. Okay, maybe not at all. I don't know what I was thinking. No, kind of, right? Jump, anyways. Okay, maybe not. Well, technically it was forgettable because I forgot what it sounded like, but I'm gonna give this song some grace and put it in second gen vibes because I do enjoy the vibes of it. ZEROBASEONE, Melting Point. Starting off with some brain tickling instrumentals, and what my first initial thought, and I checked it out after the fact, and it doesn't like super sound like it, but I was initially reminded of Songhwa's yeah. Doesn't that kind of sound like Songhwa? Anyways, so this song, kind of similar to the previous song we just listened to, is a love song, just way less toxic. This is like 5th gen, cutesy type thing. So it was interesting to see that contrast because they're just so happy and fluffy. When I see you, my heart is on a roller coaster. And of course, they're surrounded by an icy scene. And as the music video progresses, we see that the scene starts melting more and more, hence the title Melting Point, right? Which also is their analogy for the way that they feel about their love interest. Even if I melt down in front of you, feeling all right. The touch part actually reminded me of Miss A's touch. Is it kiss 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 baby, hush 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 baby? No, that wasn't it. Do you hear it? Okay, so I'd probably put this song into YG. Is it? I don't know why it feels like a sample or something, though obviously I don't think it is. So initially I wrote that I would put it into YG's Dungeon. I don't know. I don't really know what I would change about it at this point. Like, it's cute and everything. I think simply I would skip it. OOTD by Dreamcatcher. OOTD is my fashion. So of course, OOTD outfit of the day, and the song starts off with this intense edited voice that I absolutely love. It's very like early 2000s if we think to like all the things she said. Love it. And I would have loved if like the rest of the song kind of followed that vibe, but it's switched up a little bit. So the sound did leave me a little bit confused, not to claim that I know Dreamcatcher sounds super well. It is a sound that I think is like quite distinctive amongst K-pop, obviously, right? But at times I felt like it kind of wasn't super I don't know what I'm talking about, but anyways, it wasn't really my thing anyways, so I think this is another song that I would have to skip. Batter Up by BABYMONSTER. If you would like my full thoughts about this song, I have a whole like almost 30-minute video deep diving into this comeback as a whole. So there's that. I'll just reiterate that this did feel quite young to me, and I did get a lot of heat for saying that it feels like they're targeting a younger audience, and people in the comments are like, actually it's adults that are buying K-pop albums and adults keeping the economy of K-pop alive. And it's like, do you not understand that there are industries targeted towards kids and kids can't buy shit? But who's buying the things for the kids? The parents, duh. When I was a mere child, who do you think was buying me K-pop albums? My mother. My point, and I remain this as a point. I have a whole podcast episode planned about this, actually, because it really made me mad. People, little kids in my comment section be like, actually, yeah, who's buying you Christmas presents at Christmas? Who's buying you kids all this stuff? There's literally entire industries for kids. Does it make sense to not target kids because they can't buy anything? No, it's still a huge industry of untapped resources. So I won't get too much into it, but it really bothered me because I'm like, are you thinking? K-pop in second gen, there's no denying it was a lot spicier than current K-pop is today. And I think current K-pop today is trying to target a younger audience. Even if younger audiences can't buy things, their parents can still buy them things. And if you're expanding into a younger audience while maintaining that older audience, older people are still listening to K-pop even if it feels younger, then you can literally get the best of both worlds. Because not only are children having their parents buy stuff for them, but children don't have jobs, so they have more time to be online terrorizing people, streaming, promoting the group for the group. You get what I mean? Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Batter Up, however, probably forgettable. Unfortunately, quite forgettable. Lastly, we have Taeyeon's To.X. I would assume the To.X is literally like, To.X, we're not saying whose name it is, but also To.X, EX, and ex-boyfriend. So To.X speaks of the changes we make for a loved one that inherently changes who we are. We're trying to change for this person, and we don't really realize it as it's happening. Not wearing the lipstick that they don't like, even though we literally bought that lipstick, so surely we must like it. Not prioritizing ourselves, accepting hurtful words about who we are at our core, only to realize that we're investing in this person who never really even has anything interesting to say at the end of the day. It's a bit weird. Between us, there's just you. and just you is all we see. You know, we're centering this person as the center of our universe. But when it comes to having an actual conversation with them, it doesn't hold up. That person is self-centered, and so this song is like a goodbye to that person as she blocks and moves on from him. I think the melody is nice. The song overall is quite enjoyable. I think it's a bit more of an acquired thing for me. I don't think I would put it into second gen vibes, even though I appreciate it from far. A simple skip, just a simple skip. I think that's good. Okay, so that is basically it for the review section of this video. Now we're just gonna get into the tier list just to finalize our decisions. Let's make a template. Oh my god. Kiss, 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 baby. So here we have it. Let's do Big Booty Bop. Then we'll add Cup of Milk back. Why not? You guys miss Cup of Milk. Second gen vibes for songs that, oh, did we? Yeah, we had a lot of second gen vibes. For songs that we just wouldn't skip. We casually like them. I already forgot my tier list. Damn it. The grower tier for songs that grow on us. Skip. Then we need to add a couple. We'll do forgettable. Technically, I don't think there were any songs that we absolutely hated this month. So, ziggy ziggy zag, I'm true. Because I go, biggie biggie bad, it's true. Drama. We're going to put this into Cup of Milk for sure. Agassi, unfortunately, a skip for me. What is this? WayV's Blame It On My Youth. Blame It On My Youth? Second gen vibes. The Boyz. I did say it was forgettable at first, though I still don't remember what it sounds like, but I don't want it. Realistically, maybe it's just a skip for now because I don't remember what it sounds like, but I don't want to put it all the way into forgettable, but I don't think I should put it too high into second gen vibes as of right now. This Weeekly, unfortunately a skip for me. Also a skip. Effortless. I definitely wouldn't skip this if it's randomly started playing. P1 Harmony, same thing. I wouldn't skip it. I think it's a cute song as well. Versus, who is this? Viviz. Oh my god. Grower, but it feels like almost a crime to put it so low. Just know in my heart that it feels higher than this. It just feels higher than this. Then we have Kiss of Life, which unfortunately is also a skip. Red Velvet Chill Kill. Oh, I don't know about this one. Probably YG's Dungeon. I feel like more than like changing something specific about this song, it should have been closer to the teasers somehow in some way. Stray Kids, YG's Dungeon as well. Nobody, YG's Dungeon. Maybe Kpop Hell. No, there's some redeeming factors, I think. I think that Nobody But You is quite cute, but it's just really not my thing. Who are these? Oh, I'm like, who are these two people? Literally BIBI and Becky G. Second gen vibes. It's a cute song. Not cute. It's nice. Let me breathe. Enhypen, unfortunately, also YG's Dungeon. Who's Me? Melting Point? It has to be. I think it has to be. It's quite cute. It's giving me ZB1. I don't remember what it sounds like. I think skip is okay. Skip is okay. Versus. Who was Versus? Is this A.C.E? Dreamcatcher. Dreamcatcher, unfortunately forgettable. Batter Up. Oh my god. YG's done fittingly. Oh my god, that's actually quite fitting. And then Tayeon, just a simple skip. And then we have our finalized list for the end of the month. Let me know in the comments below how I can spice this up for next year. I'm just curious what you guys would like to see. So lastly, I want to check out my Receiptify. We did just do Spotify Wrapped. Okay, this is a little surprising. So at number 1, we have Like a Girl Does by Peach PRC. Of course, such an amazing release. I was so excited for this to come out. It's just such like a pop bouncy song. I really enjoy it. Then we have Drama by aespa. And as I mentioned, I watched The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes the other day. And so we have, of course, The Ballad of Lucy Graybeard. It's just so unexpected. Like, I really didn't think I would come out of that movie like loving any of the songs, but holy crap. Rachel Zegler's voice is absolutely stunning. Then we have Mago by G Friend, Loving You by Sister, Maniac by Viviz, Nothing You Can. I have 2 Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes songs here. Another, yeah, okay. I Can't Stop Me. Oh, Twice released like the remixes. The alcohol-free English version. That's all I'll say. I don't remember listening to it all that much, but maybe sometimes I think I just don't listen to enough songs. So if I listen to like a song once or twice, it's like, this is your top 10, just because you don't listen to enough songs. So here we have it. If you're interested in my Spotify Wrapped, that's the last video. I will link that. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have, and leave your suggestions below. I need to download this immediately because I'll forget and then it's going to change. Bye!